Morning, comic fam. This is Comics of the Voice, and we're going to talk about this stuff some more. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, it's Steve the Voice White, and this is Mad About Mad. This is episode 4? Sure. Okay, 4. We're going to talk about issues 31 to 40. I'm going to go up to 50 and then I'll take a break on this for a while. So, the last episode I talked about up to issue 30, where they were doing the first Alfred E. Neuman on the cover. This was the first issue in 31 where no longer did they have the border. They started with a new style here. So this cover, and now we got a different artist on the cover too. This is Norman Mingo, and he started doing a bunch of painted covers. So there's a whole whack of painted covers done by Norman Mingo. So this one came out in February of 1957. So it's a lovely Mount Rushmore with Alfred E. Neuman on the cover. And then they just started getting the wacky covers started going from there. So the next issue is number 32. This one came out in April of 1957. Again, another painted cover by Norman Mingo. Kind of an archaeologist thing there, and they discover the Alfred E. Neuman in the ancient times. There we go. That comes out there without the glare. It's got a little bit of glare going on there. All right, 33. Got a spring issue again. Jack in the Box. Comes out in June of 57. Another Norman Mingo cover. Very cool. I like this one. This one came out, it's actually in really good shape too, in August of 1957. This one here did a funny parody of the findings of, who is it here? Got to read the back now. There was a doctor, Dr. Wortham, regarding comic books called Baseball is Ruining Our Children by Wally Wood. So instead of, Seduction of the Innocent, we're talking about baseball is ruining our kids. So again, Mad was kind of fighting back against the censorship. Even though it didn't apply to them in the magazines, they were exempt from it in magazines. They could do whatever the heck they want, so they were just kind of fighting back a little bit. This is a really colorful, cool issue in number 35. This is their 5th anniversary of Mad. This came out in October of 57. Another Norman Mingo painted cover. And this one's actually a wraparound cover, so it goes to the back, and there's a whole bunch of celebrities and stuff that are all celebrating Alfred E. Neuman's 5th birthday or anniversary or whatever you want to call it, even though he didn't come out till issue 21. This one is 36. Came out in December of 57. Another Norman Mingo painted cover. And a yellow one too. Hey, I could do the yellow cover challenge. There's a book for the yellow cover challenge. Right there. This is a nice parody of the New Year's coming in and out. This one came out in June of 1957. Another Norman Mingo. So this one has a couple of cool stories in there from Dave Berg. And what was this? I wrote stuff on the back, and I'm trying to read it, and I can't read it because the damn tape is in the way. Right. Cool story called How to Wage Peace instead of waging war. Waging peace. where it might happen if games and sports were used to settle what are now armed conflicts. It's an interesting idea. So you have games, and that'll settle instead of having a war. Interesting idea. This is a really neat one. This cover was done by a chimpanzee. This came out in March of 1958. And right there on the cover, this little guy right here, that is the guy who actually did this cover. And on the first page, when you flip it open, you can see him actually sitting in these, they put like an artist schmuck and everything on him and a little beret. And he's actually making this cover with the paints and stuff in his finger and just doodling away. And his name is J. Fred Muggs, and he is the chimpanzee who did it. Norman Mingo did the rest of the cover, but that was done by this little guy down here, which I thought was pretty cool. What did I write in the back of this one? That's another neat Dave Berg. Babysitting may ruin our nation. Oh yeah, it's a neat one. That's a parody, as if the mob ran the babysitting and convinced everybody to stay home instead of going out. So that was a fun one. But interesting that they get a chimpanzee to do the cover. This one here is number 39 and published in May of 1958. Different cover. It was done by C.C. Beale Jr. and it's made up of 29 different celebrities of the time, which is pretty cool. So if you look really close, and on the inside of the cover there, they show all the different characters like Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, Marilyn Monroe, Elvis. There's a whole whack of characters that are on this cover that are pretty neat. So yeah, what did they say? Yeah, 29 celebrities, and they're all listed on the inside of the page, including a couple of heavyweight fighters at the time. And then another neat Dave Berg about how the suburbs are going to get so crowded that people will move back into the cities because the burbs are getting overpopulated. I thought that was a neat take. You know, even back in 58, they're talking about things like that. And then the final one in this episode is issue number 40. This one came out in July of 1958. And we have another different artist on this one. Kelly Frias started doing a whole bunch of covers too. So that was another artist. So that's issues number 31 to 40. We're making progress. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you on the next one. If you like it, comment, tell me what you liked, and we'll do it again on episode 5. Sure, that'll be up to 50. Take care.